your soulmate, your darling, your desired partner. Yes, maybe they're giving you a headache right now. Maybe you know something, maybe you know nothing. Have you noticed anything? Do you have any idea and would like to have clarity? Does he or she currently have someone else or has met someone new? And if so, what exactly is going on? And that's what we're going to take a look at today, what's happening with your soulmate, and ask the question whether he or she currently has someone else. As I said, both male and female lessons, we're using collective person cards. They're gender neutral. Please adapt it to your own situation. These collective readings may not apply to everyone, and even if something does resonate, it doesn't mean it will be exactly the same for you because we are dealing with collective energies. I always like to emphasize that that means well. I actually mention this every day as part of my readings. And a heartfelt, loving hug to all of you. And thank you so much for the suggestion. Once again, regarding the question, I read it in the comments. We always take that into account as well. And I hope you're all doing well. And I'm sending you lots of positive energy, lots of feelings of happiness, and plenty of sunshine. So let's take a look now at what's going on with your special someone. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's quite a start. We have the Three of Swords. So, the Three of Swords already shows that your special someone is currently experiencing an inner conflict. So there's really something going on. Things are really intense, I'd say, inside your special someone right now. Above all, the key message I see here is the split between head and heart. And there's something here that's really occupying his mind right now, especially when it comes to love. So it's kind of a mix. There's pain on one hand, and then there's something related to love. The pain, the sorrow as well, and this inner conflict. So the head is saying one thing, the heart is saying another, and he's completely torn between the two. So this is currently a really, really big issue for your loved one. And let's take a look at what else is being revealed here. So on the one hand, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands also indicates like an inner challenge. And there's this tension, there's the conflict. The conflict is being shown here. We also have an inner conflict here. So it's a really, really big issue that's being shown here, that is being revealed. Yes. And with the Five of Wands, as I said, there's also this tension. You know, he's also trying to avoid something here. And yes, but it's definitely that there's a challenge. There's something there, and he wants to face it because something is also off for me here when it comes to harmony. So, let me put it this way. I don't want to go too far out on a limb yet, but it's already being shown here that he's really not doing well inside. So he's fighting with something. So something is really weighing on him. And yes, now let's take a look at what else we have here. Okay, we have temperance. We have harmony here. We have harmony here. So it fits together, but something isn't right with him. So the spread fits together, but with him, something is really not right. And it's like this, something is off here because we have an imbalance, and there's this division that's also being shown. So the circle is closing here now, and then we'll see what else we get in the full explanation. But in any case, well, something isn't really right here. And he is on the way to healing, to finding balance again, because something just isn't right here. What isn't right here? Just, sorry. So let's take a look. Okay. Well, things are already off to a lively start here, and something is seriously wrong. I can tell you that right now. Something is seriously wrong here. All right. So what really doesn't fit here is his own insecurity. This pressure that he has completely built up inside himself. And we can also clearly see the split between head and heart. And there's a split here. It's about making a decision. Just don't do anything wrong. What should I do? This pressure, this inner turmoil, like an internal conflict, is being shown here. Yes, I see another person here. Both male and female are being shown. But right at the beginning, I want to say you are also still a very, very big, important, and positive factor in all of this. But we'll get to that in a moment. Here I sense pressure. I feel the burden, this urge to run away. And here he's definitely running away from his heart. And in his heart, that's where you are. There's this mind, the split between head and heart. We do have another person present. But I don't see any real stability or solidity in this relationship because I see a lot of falsehood there, a lot of intrigue. I sense something manipulative here. Let's set the intrigues aside for a moment. I sense this manipulativeness. This person I see here is really only concerned with their own happiness and is very selfish, can present themselves extremely well, show a completely different side to the outside world, and always give him little morsels. So what we have here is a person who is tossing breadcrumbs to your loved one, but she does it very skillfully. And that's the thing. I see him completely running away because he's actually running away from love. That's what he didn't want to see all this time, didn't want to admit on a conscious level how much you actually mean to him. That sounds pretty macabre, doesn't it? I know, right? Like, if I mean so much to him, why is he looking for someone else here? That's it. That's his issues from the past. We also have childhood issues here. It could be related to his mother. Like I said, we're talking about the collective here. A major mother issue from the more distant past is being shown here. And with him, it's like this. He needs to be seen, to get attention, to not be pushed aside, to fight for attention. That's how I see him. And he's always stuck in this like endless loop, really for years, let's put it this way, to exaggerate a bit. Basically, his whole life always is, oh God, holding on, and this not losing. This fear of loss is also being shown here because it's this issue, people who are dominant in your loved one's life, they always get things wrapped up really quickly. Right. And it's like this. You gave warmth from the heart. You showed heartfelt warmth. You completely showed this warmth, this empathy, this togetherness, this reaching out to one another. And that's where we have a point. That's something you both didn't know. So, and then this, this poisonous monster comes along and completely grabbed hold of him as well. I have here these such false topics, false perspectives, false activities. I have this woman or this man here in a very material sense, and it's like this. She takes advantage of his helper syndrome so that he can present himself like this, as in he is the protector, he is the helper, the supporter. He wants to show himself. And that's what this person does. But this is like a totally false lead. Seriously, now. And his thoughts always like, oh God, do everything right. Get this recognition, show myself, present myself. Because with the person of the heart, I also see here that he or she doesn't know any other way than to present themselves materially. This material aspect, if I give something material, then I can buy recognition. But he doesn't see that it's being bought. Instead, he sees it like this. If he gives something, then he also gets something in return. He always has to give, give, give. Above all, I see his ego is very strong here. Maybe it's also the case with this person that it might be about someone who has just gone through a breakup or is simply in the state of, oh my God, I'm such a poor little bunny. What can I do? And he, as the protector, yes, I'll help you. That's how I see it here. But that's a completely wrong toad. Seriously now. Because I see this person as being completely dishonest, completely untruthful, and just doing whatever it takes to get what they want. And this is a really big game here. On the one hand, I have here, no matter how long this connection has existed, right now I don't see any sexuality between the two because I see sexuality here as a loss. And with a person close to your heart, he's a very jealous person. Maybe he doesn't show it that much, but I sense this jealousy, the secret, this jealousy. He wants this fame. He wants to be better than you. So I have it here completely. As I said, on this emotional level, he's completely running away from you. And as I mentioned, his issues are with family. It could be his mother, his grandmother, but it could also be his father or even a cousin, because I keep seeing him being pushed away here. And maybe he pushed you away too. But that was because he simply has this fear and didn't know on a conscious level what really makes him happy. This lack of awareness, this false sense of happiness. And I also see with him, which I find really beautiful now, this heart connection. It might sound a bit strange, but since we're talking about sexuality right now, I actually see you here with him. That's what it is. There's this closeness, this affection, not just on a sexual level. Above all, I also sense this deep affection. Maybe there was something between the two of you where he ended things impulsively or broke off contact because he was projecting something onto himself, something related to jealousy, or maybe you didn't tell him quickly enough where you were at that moment, and that just made him snap. Because there's actually more feeling, more love directed toward you than toward this House of Horrors here. And if we stick with this House of Horrors here, as I said, I keep sensing this anger, these arguments as well, and this whoosh, these barbed remarks being thrown around. But these are some really sharp barbs in this House of Horrors. That's the kind of connection I see here. And now let's see what else we get here. Yes, I see dishonesty in communication here. And once again, I clearly see the cut and the determination directed at you. So what we have here is a split between head and heart. I see this division here, the head says this logical thinking, this overthinking, this tendency to analyze things to death. But according to this reading, I have to say that this warmth comes through very clearly here, because we have this change, the decision that is still present in his thoughts, this connection with you. Because I also see a change here. Yes, this person exists. Yes, it will be completely ended again if it hasn't already ended. Because you might say, well, okay, but maybe they're still in contact, but here they're already in a separation phase. So the ball has already started rolling. The separation phase has definitely begun, because here we have the full burden. There might still be one or two material things to sort out. I see arguments here, these discussions. I also see the distance between the two of them, but on the heart level, personally, when I look at the reading like this, the sun rises for me, so to speak, because here it's completely warm. There's this warmth and this division. That's because this person is coming to a realization, but it doesn't really touch their heart. You have touched their heart, and now it is gradually thawing. It's becoming more and more apparent that you are in his heart, not this chamber of horrors. And yes, the reason I say chamber of horrors is because everything that might have seemed really great at the beginning, during the getting to know each other phase, was just his ego being thoroughly stroked, his behind being powdered. But now there's a hot air blower coming in, which is blowing all of that away from your loved ones behind, and it's actually causing real burns, you know? So a high performance hot air blower that's causing real burns, because now there's this complete feeling of, oh, what have I done? And that's the path we're on now. That's when this pain comes in. Even though there's a breakup, I don't see any lovesickness here or anything like that. Or this. Oh God, I miss this woman. No, the missing is on your side, because that's really coming up now. And he really needed that burn on his behind. Because more and more there's this touching of the heart coming through. This awareness, she completely let himself be fooled, totally deceived. So as I said, that's also being completely ended here. That's what's being shown. And you are here on the heart level. You are a very, very central point, because here I see this deepening of love, of feelings, of affection, of everything. And I also see the determination of your beloved to follow his heart, to perceive this heart, to recognize the language of the heart, the language of his own heart. So, and now let's take a look at what else is being shown here. So we have the Seven of Swords. Yes, Seven of Swords. Yes, here deceit, cunning, falsehood is also being shown again. And it's like this, it's also the case with your beloved, that they're trying here to pull themselves out of all of this, out of this whole situation. He becomes aware that he is being completely deceived, and everything that is hidden, all the secrets, everything that she is doing or has done in secret to he, that is now coming to light. Because that is being fully addressed here, or rather your beloved is figuring it out, your beloved is uncovering it. And the secret is being revealed as well, coming out more and more, even further. For him, it's like what he hears here hits him, boom, like a wave, a broadside, a real blow. And the Seven of Swords also carries this, wow, this realization, what have I done? But this running away, this fleeing, this realization that he has been running away all this time from following his heart now, the tables are completely turning. This is all about healing now. And above all, I also see that he is really lonely there, this loneliness, because you are in your heart and he no longer has you at the moment, right? What has he done? This realization, I really find it absolutely wonderful. And this person insists on their rights, no matter what happens, right? There, I really sense this coldness, this chill, this very strong dominance. So then we also have the Seven of Pentacles. Yes, with the person of the heart, there is a good development to be seen. Above all, the positive development is that love is slowly blossoming again, flourishing love for oneself, especially allowing the heart, accepting the language of the heart. Here we have a complete transformation being shown. And this exhaustion, what have I done? And what or whom have I lost here? And that is you. This is the realization your person of the heart is coming to. And as I said, things are moving slowly here because it also means that everything needs to be processed first, since internally it's completely this feeling of, oh God, what a fool I was. Dear ones, whether he might come back someday is not being shown here, okay? You know, I always say what the cards reveal. Whether you still want him, that's your decision. But from this reading, I can tell you that in his heart, it's definitely you. There is depth, there is affection, there is warmth, the circle closes, there is healing. And that's what he's now slowly becoming aware of. And more, and then there's a boost and things go faster. Here I sense this suddenness, this speed. And I find this determination fantastic now, because this determination is about listening to the heart, perceiving the heart, the language of his heart. Feel warmly and tightly hugged by me once again. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.